right, it's your boy King Gino.
And your boy King Rue.
And this is the Pretty Authentic Conversation podcast. All right, so today we got a special guest with us. We got our boy.
It's good, man. It's Wood.
Oh, he doesn't need no introduction. He's straight to it.
Introduce myself. What's going on, y'all?
Oh man, this is different,
Right,
yo.
okay,
He's on the action, live life, you know. It's a takeover. Let me stop. But yeah, so we got Wood here. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna talk. We're gonna let y'all know about what relationships. As a matter of fact, since go ahead, you guys.
You got any social media? Anything you want to let people know?
Yeah, honestly, bro, I'm not even on that Facebook all the time, but you can follow me on King Wood on Facebook. Same thing with my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So King Wood, KINGWOOD.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
But you're not on Facebook like that all the time.
Yeah, nah. Call at me at Snapchat, King Woodley B.
Okay, so Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. All right. So now y'all got the info. We're probably gonna say at the end too.
Yeah.
So you can get the love. But yeah, as a matter of fact, you want us to introduce, or you want Woodley to give a topic?
Nah, Wood, you go break it down, man. What you got on your mind today?
All right. So topic of the day is it easier to be in a relationship in today's age compared to back then when our parents and our grandparents was growing up?
Is it easier to be in a relationship in today's age?
In this era.
Compared to what, with social media?
Yeah, including social media, you know, the pressure with social media and all that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a lot harder now because social media put a lot of things in your face, and you know, I think it allows people to compare relationships a lot more than instead of focusing on their relationship.
People or girls? Guys?
Girls and guys.
Guys too?
Guys.
So
yeah,
you as a guy, you're comparing your relationship to
not me in general, because you know I'm old school, so I don't really compare much. I got an old soul, but you know I can see how the younger men in the generation, they want that, you know, woman that got, you know, thick body, you know, money and all that.
And that, so basically, are you saying at least the insecurities, basically, in men and women too?
Yeah.
Men too.
As well, yeah, of course. You know, I think they feel pressure to like have a certain amount of money, you know, have the nicest things, and if they don't have the nicest thing, and you know, trying to blow it all up, trying to be top dog, so to speak, you know, they feel like they're not really worth.
You don't feel, but like back then, P. Diddy wasn't doing the same thing. Today's
generation was doing his thing, but you know, it's not as prevalent as it is today.
Okay, so it's in your face now.
Yeah, it's
now
all
you just
in your face. You turn on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, you know.
Okay.
You see dudes out there, you know, what's that word? You know, they're stunting. They're out there, you know,
balling.
Stunting for the grain.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're an old soul. That's what you say, right?
Yeah, you know, I'm old school, man.
Old school. So that means so basically, you don't think social media plays a role on how you choose to move in relationships or whatever?
No, if I get in a relationship, I try not to be on social media like that. That's how you stay out of trouble.
Okay, so that's the elimination of thirst traps and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Ru? What you think? Relationship?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can see what he's saying. I feel like, you know, a lot of things are more, can be more glorified, like, you know, like for the girls, they'd be like, they need the baller, they need to do with the money, all this and that. And then I feel like the guys, you know, they need the bad bitch type, and they want the supermodel look and all that shit. So I can see where that could be enhanced more, as opposed to back in the day, it's just like, pure, genuine. There's not really as much influence. Probably about 15, 20 years ago, as opposed to like now, like, so it's just.
So you think the influence is impactful? What percentage of people you think is influenced based off social media? Because look at, technically, Wood has social media and he says he's an old soul, so that means he doesn't get influenced as much versus like a lot of people who potentially get influenced. Technically, what percentage do you think like influence? Because I feel like me, myself on social media, I could get influenced, but it's for whatever reason I choose to get influenced. But I don't know if I could really get influenced towards like certain things unless I don't want to. So I don't know if influence works for everybody. So what percentage do you think?
I think,
Or do you think you get influenced too? Let's start with that.
I think everybody can
Negatively.
influence.
Negatively with like
Yeah, I feel like it could. It could be a situation. Let's say you're in a relationship or
Mhm.
dealing with somebody,
mhm,
and y'all going through something that no one knows. It's just between you and that person. And then you see a post or something on social media that's talking about the same thing you're going through,
I see what you're saying.
and you may repost that. You may be like, "Yeah, this is what I'm feeling like."
Mm-hmm.
It could be something as easy as that being influential or whatever.
Got you.
As opposed to back then, you just
Yeah,
would
so
have
like we'll point that out. Like back then, instead of going and reposting that, you would probably go and talk to your girlfriend or your friend
Oh,
about
okay.
the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, today they're gonna post it instead of talking to the trying to resolve the problem.
So communication is missing in relationships now.
Big time.
You think so?
Big time.
You don't think that reposting is a form of communication to the other partner is just a new form of communication that exists? No.
that could be considered a subliminal.
Yeah, which is a form of communication.
But I think the person may
Subliminal
say,
don't always have to be bad. But go ahead.
But I think the person can say instead of doing that, just come to me.
Yeah, let's be adults about it. That's whatever.
Too, you're inviting other people inside of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships between you and your girlfriend or your man. You know, there's no need for you to bring other people inside your relationship.
Not one bit.
Judging your relationship.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That's polluting the relationship. Something that you guys are trying to build together.
But what if that's the new love language?
That's not the new love.
That's the new way they communicate.
No,
social media.
I agree.
No?
It's not the new love language. It's just people that doesn't know how to, deal with or speak to their other half.
Mm-hmm.
In a
What if both of them don't know how to speak because they are based off social media and that's how they speak to each other by sending each other?
To do.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people speak through memes and what is it? Like I've been in groups. We've been in groups where we were having a whole blast throwing memes to the point where my phone ran out of space because we throwing memes. But it's not obviously relationship wise.
Yeah, see, that was a relationship.
But I mean, relationship could be a form of communication through memes too. Heart emojis and emojis and all that. All that is the newest way.
That's cute. But when there's something significant, when you guys are going through
serious
some things, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, maybe you come home late one night and your shorty puts out a message. I hate when niggas come home 2 or 3 o'clock at night not answering their phones.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and then he goes and finds out when my phone dies meme and she thinks I'm out here.
Yeah, not only that,
stunting.
Your girl's gonna make you look bad in front of all y'all friends.
Totally.
And maybe you had a good excuse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she gonna throw that out there and have people look at you wrong instead of you guys talking about it and fixing it together.
Okay. So social media,
I think it has its good and its bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like social media influences it can influence it on all levels. Like,
I hear you.
Yeah.
Now, last but not, what you think, man?
What relationship, social media?
Do you think it can influence you?
I definitely think it influences you. I think it influences you without you knowing it. Sometimes it's like social media is a drug, like for most people, and whether it's good or bad or whatever, it's still a drug. Like everybody is taking this drug right now called social media. They're getting high on it at different rates, different levels, some intense, some light work, like everybody. He's getting high even though he said he's not on it all that. He's on it like here and there and he's getting his dose, his fix, you know what I mean? So he's probably a functioning addict, if you want to call it what you want to call it. But I think there's definitely levels to where like when you're using it, it's like you're doing stuff that you might not do if you didn't have social media. And how it affects you in a relationship, I think people are out here comparing relationships and they're out here requesting opportunities and then also not being realistic with themselves because what they see, and they might compare themselves to that person and they'd be like, they got this, I could get it too. Meanwhile, what was the trending topic right now? Last month or a couple months ago, actually maybe last month, Birkin bag. That was a trending topic. I don't know. Did you know about that? No, you don't even know about that. So
No, I didn't know that.
yeah, Birkin bag is like is it expensive? Like
Yeah, it's like a
50,000
really
or
expensive bag.
is it 50 or more? Probably
It's
even
some.
more.
Yeah, but
So
see,
it's a bag that's up there. But this artist, what is it? Saweetie, this rapper Migos. I know
Hey,
you
Saweetie.
Migos. You want to tell the story? Because
No. I just shout her out because she fine.
so Saweetie, so Saweetie got a Birkin bag. Then she's like, "Don't talk to your guy if he can't get you one of those type."
yeah, see, now that's the type of shit I hate.
That's yeah. And the whole, all I know is it trickled down. It trickled down, and it was trending topic. And all the regular girls, all the girls who guys, you gotta get your money up and get a Birkin bag. Now, Birkin bag, I think, might be a 70,000 or
It's up there. It's in the
6-figure
range.
bag somehow.
It could get to that point.
Yeah, and it
See?
was dangerous. And then actually Cardi B got involved, and I think Cardi B's concept, she got like 10 of those bags or something. It got dangerous, you know what I mean?
See, that's the problem because there's levels to this.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? There's like these regular women. That's
Regular
like,
women?
Yeah,
Yeah,
regular
yeah.
women. You know
I
what I
mean-
mean? Regular has they got a normal job,
Yeah.
normal paying job, and they'll be wanting a man that's gonna buy them like
A Birkin
a
bag.
Birkin bag.
Birkin, yeah.
What you talking about? what
What
you talking about? You know?
He said, what you talk about?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you can't compare your relationship with Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? You can't compare your
You know,
relationship.
add to cart.
No, you-
They could get on the site. They could look at the items.
I see that's what the problem is. Like,
Yeah.
you're dating a man that's, he's working a regular 9 to 5, and you pressuring him to fly you across Houston every 6 months. You want to go on vacation. Like, homeboy can't even afford that right now. He's grinding right now. You can't put him on the same level as other people, and that don't make him less of a man either. You know what I'm saying?
Not in Cardi's.
Preach.
I mean, yeah, but that's what social media do nowadays.
Yeah,
You got
influence.
you
Yeah.
get Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B
Mhm.
telling all these women, if your
Mhm.
niggas ain't buying you Burgundy, whatever,
Megan just twerks all day. That's what she
whatever,
does.
Hey,
whatever.
Megan.
Yeah, but
Megan
yeah,
is
see,
a
that's a whole other situation. Now a nigga needs a girl that could twerk. If you
Yeah.
ain't twerking, if you got a flat ass.
I mean,
You know what I'm
yeah, I
saying? See,
guess.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, it goes both ways. Yeah, influences guys too. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Definitely do.
Now,
Okay.
do you think so? Are we all stating that prior to social media? So let's say in the year 2000, right? Let's go back 20 years. Do you feel like
2000,
let's say year
Okay.
2000, right?
2000.
But
Okay.
not even 2000. Let's say 2005. 2005,
Even
05.
2000, 2005. I'm with it.
Do you feel now people, if you're dealing with somebody, whatever?
Was iPhone even existent
No.
during that time? Okay, I'm here.
2005, I was 16.
2000,
Nah,
2005.
I don't think so. I think you had
Yeah.
Sidekicks. then.
Sidekicks,
Sidekicks.
Nextel,
Nextel,
Oh yeah, Sidekicks was
Chirps,
it? Yeah.
youngins, they'll never
Mhm.
understand
Bleep,
that.
bleep. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Walkie talkies was the
And
thing.
the chirp.
Now imagine back then.
CD players.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got you.
Now think
Mhm.
about how you was dealing with whoever you was talking to, little kicking
I
puppy
was
love
young,
with.
but I could just assume what my adult people around me was.
Facebook was around then, though. No, not Facebook.
MySpace, Mihente, Black Planet.
Yeah.
It was those type of things. They were social media was
It was
a lot.
still
yeah.
there, but now I mean, obviously it's over.
But go
now.
ahead. So yeah, during that time,
I feel like
that's when Diddy was out. That's when Diddy was in Biggie and whatever. Go ahead.
Nah,
Biggie
so-
then died, though.
Yeah, but it was 20
I get what
years
you're
ago.
saying. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
It was during those times.
So it's like when you look at it back then as opposed to now, like obviously it's a major difference.
Mhm,
Social media is like
Yeah. Now everybody's got an
Super Bowl.
opportunity. Yeah.
yeah. So but in the back then now, if you was dealing with whoever, kicking it, talking to whatever,
Mhm.
chilling with a certain person or whatever,
Yeah. Go ahead.
it was totally different.
Yeah.
Well,
You
So-
know what I'm saying?
It was dangerous. Back then it was dangerous in its own form too, because
Lower as dangerous as now.
relationships is just like right now, you just could like use social media for a gift and a curse either way. Because back then, girls probably still were getting flown out, but they were getting flown out without nobody knowing. They were going out to trips with their girls to wherever. Now it's on some social media. They taking trips, but you know who's paying or whatever the case is. And then a lot of girls are more confidently comfortable saying this, that, this, because they're able to generate way more revenue on their own by just selling. Like right now, any girl could come out with something and make
Yeah, that's
six
what you
figures
call
and
Instagram models
surpass
now.
you.
That's
Sell
Instagram
titties.
model and,
OnlyFans,
Yeah,
what's the other one? Like they could get on Snapchat and get Snapchat cash. They could twerk and $10 comes their way. They could come out with books that they are YouTube influencers, vloggers. Like YouTube is a whole drug within itself, with that nobody knows about. But
What's
YouTube.
the thing I like they use? What is it? Something
A vlogger.
ambassador.
Huh? Oh, a brand ambassador.
Yo, I love when they use that.
They automatically,
Ambassador.
brand ambassador been around forever, but that's the thing. They didn't have the title, but now everybody's an entrepreneur in their own form. It's just now there's different levels. Before, you had to be a real brand ambassador like Jim Jones and Dipset. But now, Jim Jones and Dipset got diluted to 17 different people because they all are able to target their small demographic or whatever. So, I mean, when it comes to relationships, back then, I feel like people still did their dirt, still did their thing. And the only difference is, I guess you couldn't compare it to someone in Texas and you could only compare it to someone in Boston only, I'm assuming. I don't know. I feel like there was still a form of like figuring out how to
Do you think it's more now or before?
Is it more now or before? It's definitely more now. But it's in your face. I'm trying to think. If we think, how did people communicate back then? Like,
I mean, they use email and stuff, but the difference, like from today and back then, is that
email was probably heavy.
Yeah,
like they had,
heavy.
they probably is a lot of spending naked pictures on emails.
That's what a lot of them were doing.
Yeah.
But
Now they have it saved on apps.
The only difference is now most girls become Instagram models.
Back then they couldn't be models. Back then they were vixens.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well, the vixens were the vixens.
Yeah, but it's still not as much as it is today.
Yeah,
but
it is
one
way.
of the main problems is today, if you ain't hot on social media, people won't even give you a chance. A lot of people won't even give you a chance. But back then, though, people would be curious and wonder about you because there was no social media. So
Mhm.
they'd give you a chance.
Mhm.
But now they'd be like, oh, what's your social media, blah, blah. And then check you out. If your thing's boring, it ain't lit,
You're not it.
you're not it. They move on. So, yeah, I think that's
I mean, that comes with growth too, though. No?
Yeah, that's true. Another person would definitely know that, there might be something there, even though their social media is low.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think social media back then in 2000s, well, social media didn't exist, but in 2000 versus now, I feel like relationships, maybe the movements were different. Yeah, you had to take a piece of paper and write down the phone number. So if, let's say you say, let's take a trip. Hey, fellas, let's take a trip down to New York. We'll drive to New York. We'll meet some New Yorkers, get some New York girls, be like, oh, you from where? Harlem? Okay, take down my number, 617, yeah. All right, I'm going to hit you. We're going to talk.
Or they used to be like, if you're ever in town, look me up.
Yeah, we're going to talk. And then, come to Boston, then you cupcaking. Cupcaking was probably at an all-time high back
It was
then.
probably easier, too, back then to get it in, too.
Get it in? How you
Yeah.
figure?
Because,
It's easier now.
As long.
Go ahead. Oh, like you're saying, like you could,
like let's say a person from New York, if you had social media back then, now you just back and forth talking, da. But back then, you'd come to town every month, she missed you, y'all talking. You already know what's going to happen at the end of the night.
it still goes down right now with social media. Social media, you might just say, yo, when I get down, you know what time it is. Like, then Future make music, like, he's been saying this, it still goes down. It just, like you said, status matters. So if you're Future, the panties come off as soon as you walk into the room versus if you're a regular Joe Schmo. They're like, what restaurant we going to eat at? Oh, what? You said where? No, I have a couple options, actually. Let me just text them to you.
Right.
Let me just text you the address. You could drive there.
Right.
And then I already have 2 tables reserved just in case. Like, I'm hungry. I'm starving. I'm hangry, so it's one of those things.
Yeah, I think, the base of it, maybe it felt like as back then, the effort was there more. Like as if you're trying to be with somebody as opposed to like now it's just, I think the effort's still here now to some people.
I was about to say, y'all
But I think-
sleeping. Relationships are still working.
No, it is. But I feel like with social media, it could either go good or it can go bad.
Social media plays a role, but it only plays a role on those who want to be affected. And when it plays a role and that person's affected, the biggest thing, like I said, is the communication aspect. You could find And then sometimes a lot of people do not admit to themselves that this is the wrong person for them and they need to fix who they are. And then they get in that opportunity and it's like there's a whole bunch of toxic traits and you're just disregarding it. Like she's on her phone too much. She's on her phone looking at a whole bunch of nothing and that's her convenience time. Like I feel like people don't normalize this stuff like reading books and like exercising, like certain things that were standard now is on your phone. And while it's on your phone, it's fine, but people gotta have balance. And you gotta, if you meet someone, you gotta tell them about the balance, or else you both will just be going back and forth and clashing. You know,
but or if we go like what Wood's trying to say, no social media.
No social media. I mean,
no social media.
I mean, hey, that's an option.
If you can find somebody that don't got none of that, you're great.
You're good. But I mean, at the same time, there's some people that's their life.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah,
a couple girls that they're YouTubers, and that's what
that's their full time. They get the bag.
You can't tell them.
Yeah, you can't tell them get off social media.
That's that's their bread and butter.
But that's different though. Versus that's at the end of the day, YouTube creates like celebrities. Yeah. So now that's a whole different aspect because when they're not working, they still can have time for you. And as long as you're comfortable, as long as you're not worried about anything, you're fine. But it's the aspect of average person is not a YouTuber. Average person gets on their phone and scrolls through Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Those are the three main ones, and Twitter for about 2 to 3 hours. Just scrolling endlessly, double tapping, writing comments, putting their smiley faces, laughing, ignoring DMs from 75 different dudes. You know what I mean?
It goes deeper too, because there's a lot of people.
Oh, OnlyFans! I forgot selling their toes.
Yeah, like there's like, because like, how would you feel being with a girl that's like always putting model bikini pictures of herself?
Probably wouldn't be with her.
You know what I'm saying? You got mad dudes on her. Ooh,
I probably wouldn't be with her
face, though. Comments. Oh, blah blah blah. Always in the DM.
Am I a rapper?
I mean, if you're a rapper,
even if I'm a rapper, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't be with her either.
That complicates things, Me personally, definitely don't think I want to be with a girl that's bikini every day.
But also realize there's certain levels. There's levels to it. So she's gonna find the guy who wants to be with her, and the guy's gonna be like, okay, this is how this girl pays her bills. By her doing that, she got 7 Sephora and Fashion Nova and what's that Pretty Little Thing gigs or I don't even know the names. I'll be catching them here and there, but these are all brands that these girls promote to get the bag. The only thing I'd be mad at, these girls, what happens is influence is influence. So a lot of these girls who are actually getting the bag be influencing the ones to not get the bag to work for free so they could get to the person who's getting the bag. And I'd be feeling sorry for all the girls who are working for free because now you're kind of like doing something and not getting nothing in return, assuming that, because it's connected to the title Sephora or Fashion Nova, you're going to get an opportunity. But basically knowing your value. A lot of women could be gajillionaires now, but sometimes they low-key don't be knowing their value, in my opinion. I mean, if that's your job, that's your profession, if I meet you like that, I'm going to have to evaluate myself and say, do I want to be in this lifestyle? Right now, the answer is probably no, but you never know. If this person's like worth it, because you never know till you're in that situation. That's one thing I'm big on. People could say what they want, but when you get there and you're like, yo, Mark, what's up with you? And then you guys post one of my girlfriend on your group chat with all the other, and I'm gonna be like, oh, y'all just posted homegirl as your WCW. I'm like, all right, she's WCW. What can I say?
Yeah, I
like on social media, people be posting stuff and stuff like that. But if she's my girl, because I've been talking to her, but nobody knows, and then that's her job. And then social media is a whole different world. You know what I mean? Your girl could be having her whole own life, and you won't even know it because social media. It's on her, in her phone, in her hand. Every picture she posts gets 700 likes, but you over here with her getting 0 likes. But she likes you. She talks to you.
Yeah, it has its good. It has its good and its bad for sure.
You just gotta work on your insecurities at that point.
Sure. The thing, it could be something as easy as if you'll post a picture you could post a picture of yourself
Mm-hmm.
and a female will like it. Your girl don't like it. Now it's like, yo, who is this person? It's just like, yo, it's just
Yeah.
a picture. Like,
Yeah, that's
You
another thing.
know?
If I post a picture, I probably average 700. Like, let me stop. I probably get a good amount of likes, but the amount of likes that I get will probably all be like, let me check. Who is this? That's what it is.
vice versa too. It could be the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah, same thing. Well, yeah, if you're that guy, yeah.
It'll be the
But
same
most of
thing.
the time, the girls are that person doing it most of the time.
Mhm.
But I mean, guys do it too. I'm not surprised. Guys be protective and
Start
who's
moving.
this dude? What's he about?
That's a fact.
So it all depends. You just gotta be comfortable in your own skin, and then have an understanding of don't be blind to the facts. There's simple standards that you create within a relationship that if anything deteriorates or goes left, you could be like, hold up, this isn't what it used to be. Something must be funny, and that's it.
Now, let me ask y'all, how do you think y'all would be? So let's go back to 2000,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
2000, and we have all this now: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, OnlyFans,
Mhm.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same how it is now, but
Yeah.
back in 2000.
Well, the thing is, 2000 we was glorifying. A lot's changed. 2000 we was glorifying vixens, model vixens. Today we're glorifying fake bodies. So it's been a big difference. So model vixens would have been way more paid, way more popular. Um, Us getting girls way more easier because we were young and we
In
traveled. We did what we needed to. We went to East Bumfuck to like talk to whoever. Like we used to do wild shit. Like we used to go places where it was like you went there.
That was house parties.
Yeah,
all
house
that
parties,
shit.
all that stuff. But it's happening now with the younger generation. We just ain't in it. You know what I mean? Like the younger generation's probably out here winning, like chilling, vibing on social media, creating their own form of conversation. We remember we used to talk on phones through like I don't remember. It was like a phone line, pickup dating line, party line. Like that's social media probably got their own version. Like these young kids, I don't know what it's called, but people be doing stuff. So it's just they're having their version, and we are back then. It'd be lit. It'd be a movie. It'd be dangerous though.
I probably would have had a kid.
Yeah, I was about to say it'd be
I mean,
dangerous.
If it was back then, we was growing up, and it then would probably.
I don't know if I'll have a kid though,
I would
but
have had a kid.
We'd probably be better off because we'd already have like 10, 15 years in the game with Snapchat and
well,
working
yeah,
on craft.
yeah, and I mean it all depends on what your goal is too. So it's one of those things. But like I said, our topic is relationships, and relationships. I mean, you might not be in a relationship down the road. You might be in several, like you said. You might be 100% right because look at all the celebrities; they be having like 40 kids. So imagine if it was you and you got the opportunity.
Don't even stay together.
Well, that's what I'm
Nice.
saying. Like the Lil Waynes and them, they all have mad kids from different women. So imagine if you basically got an opportunity to be a social media celebrity. Because social media, you just legit follow 7,500 people, and all these people, like all you need is 10% of them, and you're like winning. Like, give me 400 likes. That's 400 people who actually cares about anything I do. Right now, we're here right now. It's the three of us. Nobody knows this is, you know what I mean? So if I had social media back then, yeah, definitely kid or two, probably, like you said.
Yeah,
Definitely,
it'd be crazy.
yeah, it'd be a problem. Whether it's good or bad, I can't tell you, but it'd be different.
I think it has its good and bad.
Yeah.
But I feel like now, as far as like communication and stuff, I could see where social media can kind of like bring that down in a sense.
Communication
And the effort
of a
and the
relationship.
effort. Yeah, like there may be some things like I feel like back then you was going. I feel like us back then
It was
probably
easy to
would've
be a
went-
bum.
It was easier to be a bum
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, because now on social media, you got everybody showing what their
What they
boyfriend or
got.
girlfriend is doing.
Yeah.
So you got to bring your A game. Your
Yeah.
anniversary, your girl sees some guy put roses all over the floor, and then your
Yeah.
anniversary comes around, you give her a card.
Yeah. Yeah, you're competing. You're
Yeah,
definitely
you-
competing.
she
You
ain't
just
gonna
got,
do that.
but you just gotta not try to. You gotta eliminate. You gotta be like, you gotta be real with yourself. Like, yo, person just put all this rose petals and all that. You mean I have the funds for that?
But that's a me. That's a me.
But
Because
even
if you
don't
do,
have the funds, you could at least do something. Like,
yeah,
you got.
you
to do
basically got to
something.
get creative.
Yeah,
though. He's right.
So basically,
yeah, you even if you're broke, you got to do something.
So you turn that negative into a positive.
Like you rip up newspapers, shape them into hearts.
That's
I don't
Sure.
know.
But what it really
Hard for
boils down to as a guy though is you really just got to get to your bag. That's really what it boils
I
down
don't
to.
think so.
You don't think so? You got to get to your bag, and then like when you get in a position, your relationship will come because you could still date while not in your bag. But if the girls are moving how they're moving and they're choosing, oh, you didn't do this, she might not be the one. You can't. You could look at it like that. It might be a good thing because basically, you're what's the word? You're like ciphering through all the bad ones, the bad apples, and they become bad apples because of social media, unfortunately. But the one that says, "Nah, it's cool. I see the flower. I see it. I would love it, but I like you. You good? Yo, let's on to phase 2 and build from there." Now, don't get it twisted. There's gonna be a lot of bad apples, but once the right one comes, you just got to pay attention and be aware. So that's why I think it's kind of like, you know, no,
Nah,
Yeah, I agree. Plus, and vice versa too. Nowadays, you got Cardi B talking about I don't cook, I don't clean.
But then you got Offset
Now you
showing
got-
her on social media like, hold on, look at her sweeping. She was lying to you guys. Like,
yeah, that's you can't be
So-
saying stuff like that and be expecting a
no,
man
but
to
that's
be-
the thing. Social media, like you said, there's influencers, but
Mhm.
influencers, while there's influencers, luckily there's social media because social media would have never gave it. If social media didn't exist, Offset could not show us what he showed us. Because basically, all we heard was that song. Back then, that song in your ear was the only thing you heard. These celebrities was hidden unless they wanted to be seen. Everything was controlled. Like, yo, I'm gonna only talk about this. Do not talk to me about my ex. Then what's that girl's name? She goes on No Jumper, and then he's asking her 100 questions, and she's like, "I'm off this." I forgot her name. Black
Black
China.
China.
But that's my point.
So
These
what
are.
happened with that?
I think she
Talk
just
about
had.
a relationship.
Yeah, she
Oh.
has some sloppiness that's going on. I mean, it's trending topic, whatever. And then like basically he
She
got
walked
on
it
there and he just started asking questions that she potentially might have said, "Yo, we're not talking about this." And it's like these dudes got a job to do. Yeah, they ruin careers, they ruin lives by doing what they do, and it's
How
their
did
choice to
Blac
do
Chyna
that.
get famous, bro?
But didn't she mess with was Khalifa? Was it Khalifa or the Kim Kardashian's brother?
They
That's
got a
her baby
kid.
daddy now.
Yeah, so that's who it
But
was.
you're saying like in the early stage.
Yeah, I mean, they all
Probably in
to get famous.
videos.
Go take a trip to Cali and then just walk around all day for the next couple hours,
Ooh, for
24 hours.
females.
For females, yeah. Guys too. I'm telling you. These guys are getting famous however they're getting famous. Once you meet the right crew, you hang around. And that's why in Cali, a lot of these people don't even trust each other because they're like, yo, these people are using each other. Like, they pay attention to stuff like that. But, I mean, it is what it is. Because once you blow up, you don't need that person. Now it's up to you. Like, hey, guys, come follow me. And everybody's walking this way and they're walking that way. They're running back and forth. So, but,
Yeah. I just think you just gotta use it. You just gotta, if you're in it, the situation, you're dealing with social media, just use it. Try to use it smart. Don't get caught up in all the memes and the subliminals and all this and all that.
girls love the memes, though.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
love the memes. The memes
Yeah.
come a dime a dozen for them.
yeah. So
Positive or negative. It's up to them how they feel. Their mood is based on that. But like I said, it all depends on the girl you have. You either converse with her so she could like understand, or you converse, or you just watch and then you make the decision to go left. Because you don't have to be. You could be like, yo, I don't like when we get mad at each other. You go on social media and post this. This is not how we build a relationship. I don't care. That's how I felt. My followers are important. Oh, your followers are important. What about us? Are your followers sleeping with you? Shut up. Did you know, guy? This guy just said, "Am I sleeping with y'all?" Ain't he? He ain't shit. Like what? So it ain't her. It ain't her. Go send her out to the wolves. Like, you know, she's a beautiful girl. She's really attractive. She might be intelligent, but right now she's dumb, stupid, finish, trash, ass, can't catch a pass. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Like, it's just what you got to do. But I mean, you know, like I said, while there's her, then there's the next one who's like, yo, we had the situation. Let's talk. Yes, I was mad, so I ignored you for a little bit. Let's talk. All right, my apologies for posting that. I should never posted it. I'll work on it.
It can get annoying. It can get annoying. Like if they show certain couples and they're like, you know, this is the energy, or this is what I want, or whatever. And it's just like, yo, just find your own way. Like find your own situation. Find your own energy. Like don't be looking at everybody else's situation.
I get it though. When you look, you could get tricked. I be looking at sneakers. I be wanting to cop some stuff. Then I'd be like, slow down. This ain't your lane. Slow down. You know? I'd be like, yo, them Yeezys look crazy. I'd be like, 500, slow down. This ain't your lane. That's all you gotta do. Next person would be like, let me grab that. This. That's influence. You know?
That's their lane.
But you know, I'm gonna be an influencer someday. I don't know when, but you know. I'm gonna be a positive influencer though. I'm not gonna be no brand ambassador. All the brands are gonna be my brands, you know. But I'm gonna be an influencer. I'm gonna do what it do. I'm gonna get what I need to do. I'm not gonna abuse anybody. I'm not gonna make people feel wrong. I'm gonna keep the truth. Because the thing is too, while there's negative, there's also positive on social media. A lot of people lean towards positive too. You don't pay attention to that because you're not paying attention to it. But there's a lot of sites, relationship goals, relationship this, relationship that, like marriage, stronger relationship. Those exist. It just so happens that a lot of girls love the shade room. A lot of girls love the other stuff. And some of them just have a balance. You know what I mean? So it's all perception, choice. Social media has definitely played a role in change relationships, but you can still find a good girl out here.
Yeah, no doubt. For sure. No doubt. It's just, does it play a role? Yes. Can it be, you know, could it be beneficial? Could it be negative? Of course. You know, it's definitely an effect in it. For sure. You know, so it's definitely different than to me back then.
Yeah.
So, you know, but
I think you make the final decisions back then and now. I think so.
And I think communication is key, yo. Communication is key. It's key.
Communication has been dwindling, but you could like take your time and communicate. And then also compromise. People don't compromise no more because they're like, you know what? I got 7. That's another thing too. That's the thing about girls too that's dangerous. Girls be on some, I got 70 dudes on my DM. I let you be the one to be my girl. When you hear that, how you feel? How would you feel?
I'll just be like, I already know that already. Like, I feel like that's already before we even got to that. That's happening. So it doesn't affect me.
Because before they just used to pull up in the BMW like, burp, burp, take down my number. And then it was
I think what the funny thing is, I think what the problem with certain guys is that they think once they get in the situation with that person, the dudes in the DM stops, and it don't. I feel like that's the difference.
So you're saying guys need to work on themselves?
I think guys need to understand that just because you're in a situation, it doesn't mean that dudes are gonna stop hitting up your person because you're in it. Because they're not.
So this is where it goes back to what Wood said: get rid of social media.
If you don't want to deal with it, you know.
Because once you get rid of social media, technically the new way to get his girl would be to pull up on her and just give the number, like back in the day.
Yeah.
So now, once you get in a relationship, are you deleting? Are you giving her freedom to be on social media? Being that you see where the world's already gauged. If she doesn't have a YouTube or whatever, she's not using social media for like, what is it? Like money situations. She's just using it for freedom or whatever. Are you gonna make that a thing where it's like, yo, you gotta get off that if she's an excessive user? Excessive.
I mean,
or are you even getting in a relationship with her?
It all depends. on how she uses the social media. If it influences her in a way that she's always like, oh, see, this person does this person does that, then I'm not with it. And another thing is too, you don't want to control the other person.
Of course,
You gotta control them. Then you probably shouldn't be in that relationship.
definitely.
But if anything, I'd sit there and watch, see how they move. And if I see them, constantly on social media looking up this guy, or I'm saying, I do my research. And things, if it ain't a problem, then it is what it is. It's fine. But if it becomes a problem, then I'm either gonna come talk to you about it, be like, yo, I feel like this is an issue. We need to fix this. And if she can't do it, then I'll move. Just like there's 70 girls and 70 guys in your DM, 70 other fishes in the sea I could best with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. There you go.
Yep.
All right. So, I think this was a good conversation, man. I hope y'all get some good gems from there,
Don't let social media ruin your situations, people. Don't let it ruin it.
Basically.
Worry about your relationship and not other people's relationship. Focus on your relationship and what you could do for it.
And ladies, don't look for gifts that he can't give. Just accept what he gives and make sure he gives, because I guess you want gifts, but accept what he gives.
Yeah, I feel like, too, like in a relationship, I feel like you got to earn certain things. You got to earn that. It can't I just meet you and then out the gate, we're about to go on a trip.
Well, you're right.
Like, you ain't about to earn it without cooking and cleaning.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's certain things.
I don't know what Cardi B over here lying to y'all about it.
I mean, I feel like with that, why don't even listen to,
Cardi B,
but it's influence, though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Though,
you're
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So.
Okay.
Like a man loves a woman that could cook food, man. Don't be. Oh,
you heard it. King Wood said it first.
No, if you're not cooking and cleaning.
But it's funny? There's a lot of women that don't cook nowadays.
Yeah, I heard. There's a lot of men that cook now.
That cook now, so they just cook for themselves, and then they just wait until they find a girl.
Help teach a wifey how to cook.
Okay.
A project they could do together or whatever.
Okay, so that's good. So you're willing to compromise and be like, as long as you're willing to learn, let's make this happen, and then
that's what's called evolving in a relationship.
Communication.
Growing together. Yeah. If she's willing to learn, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, that's what makes a relationship stronger, man. The willingness of growing together, learning something so you could please your person.
But nowadays, 2020, learning together is Uber Eats.
It is Uber Eats
real quick, man.
Uber Eats, you're right. That is learning together. That's
the way. Like,
it's like, what? You say you want to cook? Nah, let's get Uber Eats.
But back in 2000, you learning though.
He was at Stop and Shop grabbing stuff. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna end it here, man. We got Kingwood. You want to give your social media information again? Facebook.
Snapchat is King Woodley B. Kingwood on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, King Woodley B. So WOOD LEY B. Okay.
That's for Snapchat.
Snapchat. Kingwood at Instagram. And King Woodley on Instagram.
Okay.
And then same with the Facebook.
Okay. All right, there you have it, man. It's a great topic. And you're here with your boy, King Gino.
And your boy, King Rue.
And this is the Pretty Authentic Conversation Podcast, and we are out.